Now, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises to guard the Quran, and that the Quran will never be changed, nor will it be lost, nor will it be altered, because the one who is protecting the Quran is Al-Hafiz, the protector of everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who is protecting the Quran from change. And this is one of the great miracles of the Quran. And I've spoken about how we shouldn't be overly emphasize scientific miracles. We shouldn't go to extremes in it. We can mention them, but we shouldn't go to extremes where it becomes our main da'wah. This is what we should be focusing on. If you want to show someone the truth of the Quran, for this is one of the great proofs, along with the proof that you cannot bring a surah like the surahs of the Quran. فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِثْلِ. And the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal, إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. We sent down the dhikr and we are the ones who will keep it safe. Some of the ulama in this, they added the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the reality is, even if the word doesn't include the sunnah, there's no doubt that the sunnah is included in one of two ways. Either the word dhikr includes the sunnah itself, or the sunnah is included by necessity, because at the end of the day, the Quran tells us to follow the sunnah. So for us to be able to follow the sunnah as the command is, we are told to do it in the Quran, then by default that means that Allah Azza wa Jal does not ask us to do something we cannot do. And therefore by one way or another, the sunnah is protected. But the sunnah is protected in a different way to the way that the Quran is protected. And the Quran is protected by Allah Azza wa Jal from the asbab, the causes of the protection of the Quran that Allah Azza wa Jal sent down. From the causes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down is al-hifz, any memorization. When people memorize the Quran is in the hearts of the people. It's not on the pages. So if the pages are lost, or the pages are burnt, or the pages are moved around, or the page becomes ripped, it doesn't matter, because the Quran is in the hearts of the people. And Allah Azza wa Jal preserved the Quran through at-tawatur, the fact that the qira'at of the Quran are mutawatirah, the qira'at al-ashr, the 10 ways of reciting the Quran, the 10 primary ways of reciting the Quran are mutawatirah. They're reported by so many people that it's impossible there could be a mistake. And Allah Azza wa Jal did not entrust this Quran to the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam the way that He entrusted the Torah to Bani Israel. Bani Israel were told to keep the Torah safe and they failed. Rather, Allah Azza wa Jal promised to keep the Quran safe. As for the Sunnah was preserved through the efforts of the scholars of Hadith. And that's the means by which Allah preserves the Sunnah, through the efforts of the scholars of Hadith.